His horse was kind of shorter than usual, so it was a real record.
They lived north, they lived there also. Yes, but still north of them, yes. It's a nice place, but it's
Starting
for a long time. It was a nice place to raise kids. I bet. Really, we had a reformed conservative reconstruction. It was all of us. So it was a good place to be at that time. And as we got older, we decided not too risky. See, that's the thing. You think about you recognize your potential. You think about what's eyesight there. Absolutely. Isn't my only concern. I'm not that you're not breaking it. Yeah, that's true. Are you from this? No, well, I've lived out in Colorado for 35 years. But I originally lived in Chicago. Here. No. Get together. We have 6 here, from here to here. We have 6 from here on this side. Sorry. I'll trade with someone who doesn't really ask for John? Yeah, you're fine. Okay. John? So you have to hold me up after time. So you don't have to move down. This is 6 off.
That's it. I'm in. Oh, I think we gained one more. I have no idea. We gained another. Now we can raffle off the sheet. Talk about the roof with him.
We'll begin this afternoon's service on page 325. We are in the final hours, so we ask for strength. At the bottom, from Psalm 118, Ozi v'zim latya, v'yehi lishua. Adonai is my strength, my song of praise, for God has saved my life. afternoon. Oziv Azim Rad Yah, my strength, song of God. We come together on this Yom Kippur afternoon, yearning to be strengthened. Yearning to be strengthened by Torah, by community, and by the song of God. We come together in this liminal space between Kol Nidre and break the fast. A time when our fates are sealed into the book of life. The liminal space, on this threshold we stand. It is when you have left the tried and the true, but have not yet been able to replace it with anything else. It is when you are between your old comfort zone and any possible new answer. If you are not trained in how to hold this, how to live with ambiguity, how to entrust and wait, you will run. Anything to flee this terrible cloud of unknowing. The good news is, when we come together, and when we have prayer and Torah and community, we can find that better place. So we'll begin our afternoon mincha service on page 327 with a reading by Iona Dolgin.
Jacob had a dream, a ladder set on the ground with his top reaching the sky, and angels of God were ascending and descending the ladder. Our sages taught, the Holy One said, Jacob, you must climb as well. But Jacob was afraid, and he did not climb up. We want to climb higher, but we're tired, and there's so much to do, and we don't know how to rise. God of becoming, whose name means I will be what I will be. You are the unfinished one, ever unfolding, evolving with your creation, made in your image. We too are fluid, ever becoming who we will be. Keep us alive to possibilities. Show us a path to grow in mind, heart, and spirit. Help us to find the strength to ascend.
Thank you. Our afternoon service begins with Torah. It shall come to pass in the fullness of time that the mountain of the house of God shall be established as the highest mountain and raised above the hills, and all nations should flow to it. Then many people shall say, Come, let us go up the mountain of the eternal, to the house of God, of Jacob. And they shall say, Teach us your ways, that we may walk in your paths. I'm very excited and grateful to be calling up Harlan Webb for taking out the Torah, opening the Ark.
So true.
And as we pull the Torah from the Ark, we will rise in its presence.
Tradition.
At the top of page 329, Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, Adonai, Adonai, Mirushalayim, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah, Le'amor Yisrael, B'kedusha Torah. Rome ma shemo yachtav lecha Adonai Amidurah Ve'agemurah Ve'atiferet Ve'anetzach Ve'ahod Ki hu b'shamayim u'ba'aretz Ki hu b'shamayim u'ba'aretz Lecha Adonai Kavod Ani Yosef Le'od
Romelu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachavu Le'har Hashem. Romelu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachavu Le'har Hashem. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachavu Le'har Hashem. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachavu Le'har Hashem. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachavu Le'har Hashem. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachavu Le'har Hashem. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Chapters 18 through 20 of Leviticus is known as the Holiness Code. It provides a clear account of what holiness is and how it is defined in our lives. The prime emphasis is ethical, and the moral laws of these chapters are not mere injunctions of conformity. They call for just, humane, and sensitive treatment of others. The aged, the handicapped, and the poor are to receive consideration and more courtesy. The laborer is to be promptly paid. The stranger is to be loved according to the same way that we love our fellow citizens. The law is concerned not only with overt behavior, but also with motive. Vengefulness and the bearing of grudges are condemned. In holy living, the ethical factor is primary, but it is not the only one. In combining moral and ceremonial commandments, the authors of the Holiness Code displayed sound understanding. The law of holiness is not addressed to selected individuals. It is addressed to the entire community of Israel. Its objective is not to produce a few saints withdrawn from the world in contemplative or ascetic practices. Rather, the Torah aims to create a holy people which displays its consecration for God's service in the normal day-to-day relations of farming, commerce, family living, and communal affairs. So as we consider the most fulfilling activities of our lives,
us ponder, in what ways do they make our lives more holy? For our first aliyah to the Torah, I'd like to call up Natalie Fields. Our reading for Torah can be found on page 338. The verses are Leviticus chapter 19, verses 32 through 37. And the blessings can be found on page 330. Talmud. Nucha bat Michal v'David la'aliyah rishona.
Baruch Hu es Adonai HaBorach. Baruch Adonai HaBorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan manu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Mipnei seva takum v'hadarta pnei zaken v'yarata me'elohecha ani Adonai v'chi yagur itcha ger b'artchem lo tonu oto.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan banu Torat emet, v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
For our next aliyah to the Torah, I have the privilege of calling up Caleb Kohler for verses 34 through 35. Ya'amod Caleb Chaim la'aliyah shniya.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaBorach.
Baruch Adonai le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaBorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan manu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Kezrach mikem yeh lachem hager hagar itchem v'havata lo kamocha ki gerim haytem be'eretz Mitzrayim ani Adonai Elohechem lo ta'asu avel b'mishpat b'midah b'mishkal u'b'msurah Noznei tzedek, avnei tzedek, eifat tzedek, v'hin tzedek Adonai lachem, ani Adonai. Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nisa b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. And for our third Aliyah, I'm grateful to be calling up Rick Gravish and Willie Portilla. Ya'amdu Yosef ben Ev Sarah the Rick le Aliyah Shlishit.
Baruch Adonai Hamborak. Baruch Adonai Hamborak Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamborak. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Barakavanu Mikol Ha'amim Ve'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Ushmartem et kol chukotai ve'et kol mishpatai v'asitem otam ani Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu, Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah. Amen.
And with the Torah in our midst, we derive strength from its holy words and its holy morals and ethics that we read from it. When we think about those who are in need of healing, whether of the body, of the mind, or of the soul, if there's someone you are thinking of on this day who is in need of healing, please feel free to share their names out loud or in your hearts as my eyes meet yours. Trisha Howard. Mary Bain, Marcy Burke.
Sharon Cassidy. Harold Ginsburg.
Jim Wright, Debbie Crooker. Jerry Lewis, Jasper Gray.
Alfred Rosenblatt. Mike Jones.
Dee Bauer.
We take all of their names that were said out loud and said in our hearts, and we sing together
Page 273.
on page 273, Mishavera L'Cholim. Our Haftarah this afternoon, the book of Jonah, is full of anomalies. Other biblical books contain the words of prophets sent to influence the people of Israel. Jonah is sent instead to speak to the people of Nineveh, the capital of Assyria, Israel's arch enemy. Other prophets fear that people will not believe them. Jonah is afraid that they will believe. Other prophets expend thousands of words to warn the people without apparent results. Jonah speaks just 5 words and achieves instant success. Other prophets stand as exemplars of courage and integrity in a corrupt society. Jonah is a rigid, narrow-minded malcontent who exhibits less compassion and moral concern than the non-Jews around him. Other prophetic books reflect a mood of impassioned solemnity. Jonah is replete with irony and cosmic elements. Animals who fast and wear sackcloth, a prophet who flees in the opposite direction from God's command, who sleeps through a major storm at sea, who spends 3 days in the belly of a fish, who frets and fumes when a great city is saved from destruction, and is more attached to a plant than to his fellow human beings. Why then do we read the book of Jonah on this Yom Kippur afternoon? Because despite its farcical elements, it eloquently conveys themes appropriate to the holiest day of the year. Universalism, the intrinsic worth of all human beings, our responsibility for one another, God's compassionate care for all living things, the power of teshuvah, of returning, and the human capacity for change. Our Haftarah is the book of Jonah. I'll be reading the first chapter found on page 344, going through 345. The blessing will be found on page 342. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nbi'im tovim v'ratza b'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'Torah uv'Moshe abdo uv'Yisrael amo V'nvi'ei ha'emet v'tzedek. Vayhi dvar Adonai el Yonah ben Amitai le'mor. Kum lech el Nineveh ha'ir hagdola ukra aleha ki al taratam lefanai. Vayakom Yonah livroach Tarshisha milifnei Adonai v'yered Yaakov vayimtza oniyah b'Tarshish vayiten schara